Hiya folks, I'm Grim and welcome to Grim Grooves. Today we'll be checking out Ado's live performance of Aishite Aishite Aishite. I might be pronouncing that wrong and I apologize if I am, I'm not sure. But anyways, I'm excited to look into more from Ado, especially a live performance, because you guys have told me how crazy Ado's performances get live, and I've never seen any live ones before, so why not? But I also did a reaction of Unravel over my Patreon, if you'd like to check that out. It's also a live version. And also make sure you hit the like button and subscribe so you can see all the new content I've got coming forward. So much more from Ado and so many other artists to come in on this channel. But without further ado, let's check out Aishite Aishite Aishite. Oh, wow. Damn. Whoa. Ooh, that percussion is like a laser or something. This is really cool though. I mean, starting off with that kind of lullaby slash circus kind of calliope music or something like that. It's very interesting, and the way that it's building is really interesting as well. And of course, Ado's vocals are just absolutely insane. I mean, we've already got a crazy scream that was really insane, and I'm curious where this will go. It's also very stylized, like the way that they did this performance, her being locked in the cage and everything. It's really cool, and the red behind, very beautiful. To the circus. Damn. So intense when she goes to those higher notes and just belts out a crazy scream like that, and there's so many of those in this one. Like, you wouldn't expect someone like this to be able to sing that crazy, but Ado is just so impressive with how she's able to do this, and her vocals when she's just singing normally are also just phenomenal as well. Like the pitch that she's able to hit and the way her lyrics kind of flow together, even not knowing the Japanese language perfectly. I mean, I know some things about Japanese. I have spent some time trying to learn it, but even still, like, it's just so beautiful to hear, and she has such a fantastic style to her vocals, and with the incredible piano melody behind that, as well as the kind of different synth melodies we got coming in and out, and the kind of bells. Like, we have so many fantastic instruments coming in here, and the percussion's also really interesting, the way that they've done it here. Really fascinating. A little bit jazzy with the xylophone. Look at that bass too. Wow. It's such a huge difference, like the soft sing-songy moments there where she's very soft, very peaceful, and then build into these huge kind of screams, and just the kind of vocal fry on her voice is just so interesting. It works so well for vocals like this, for a situation like this. and also just the way they're building in like different kind of French and Italian influences with like the accordion and different things like that. It's really beautiful. Even the xylophone. It's just such an interesting arrangement of music on top of the fantastic vocals from Ado. Like this is incredible. Wow. This is such a fascinating performance. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this where the lead singer is kind of silhouetted like this in a cage. I mean, the cage, even if it wasn't there, even just the silhouetted kind of main singer like this is really interesting. And some of the poses and everything, it works so well with this kind of red background and everything. It's really well thought out to just be so artistic and beautiful in the way that it's performed. And on top of that, of course, there's the phenomenal music here by Ado and the phenomenal, like, melodies that are coming from her band as well. Like it's all just so impressive. And I knew that you guys told me that live performances from Ado were just outstanding, and this is clearly a great example. I mean, it would be crazy to see this live just to feel that presence and that kind of intensity coming from those screams, and like this whole performance in general is just so beautiful. Oh my god. Definitely deserved. Very much deserved applause. That was insane. Especially those last few bars, just as the piano goes really crazy and we get these crazy kind of piano melodies, just really frantic piano melodies. Ado just screams out for so, like, that belt out near the end there was just so long and sustained and so grizzled. Like, just so much emotion and feeling in those vocals. And then we get another final kind of scream from Ado, except it's a little more restrained. It doesn't have the same kind of fry on her voice as she's going like to the insane like heights of those screams, but it's just a little more measured and a little bit more controlled for that final kind of vocalization she did there. Absolutely phenomenal. Like, again, it's one thing to hear these things done and performed in a kind of studio environment where there's all kinds of checks and balances and controls over how the voice sounds and how the instruments sound and stuff. But hearing it live and just hearing that it's almost exactly as like refined as it is in a studio performance, it's just impressive, like incredibly impressive. I said in past videos that like a lot of Western bands and groups, they rely so heavily on auto-tune and things like that that you can't really, when you see them live, it's not the same kind of experience. Because yes, you do have the artists that you like, and there's that, but the actual sound quality coming from them in a live studio performance, it doesn't sound as good as it does in a studio performance because they rely on those kind of extra like polish elements to make it better. Whereas an artist like Ado, like, she doesn't need it. I mean, she's incredibly talented on her own, and this performance, like, they could package this entire performance and make it just the video or whatever. Just take the exact audio and recreate it for a music video, and it wouldn't lose anything in the process. Like, I'm sure there's some kind of refinements there that could be amped up, like a little bit of the studio mix on some of the instruments and stuff, but overall, this was so impressive. Like, it just hit all the right notes, and it was so intense, so artistically done, again, with the whole silhouette and everything. So beautiful. Like, you guys were definitely right about this. I'm glad I decided to check it out, because this was insane. Like, I just keep getting more and more respect for Ado as a performer, because she's just so incredibly talented. And a show like this definitely proves it. Like, it's insane. But anyways, thanks for hanging out watching my reaction. Again, if you want to see more reactions from Ado, I have plenty more on my Patreon you can check out. And make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, because it helps the channel immensely. But anyways, until next time, later days, folks.